Alright, BobalosRex here, and this is a Q&A recap. I've sifted through these three Q&As, on Wowhead. I'll provide the links to all these and all the Q&As if you want to listen to it for yourself, which is good. I mean, if you want to listen to, I usually like to listen to them instead of just read the Wowhead recap. But I just wanted to go over some stuff and provide some corrections to some videos that I may have had, because now we got new information. So let's go through it. So there's a Q&A with Preheat and senior game designer Graham Berger about Augmentation Invoker, and I have some notes here, and as you can see, they went over quite a bit. Some of my main takeaways, because I'm excited to play Augmentation. They're talking about this opening the way for more support specs being possible in the future, and I do have some ideas for some stuff about that, but that's for another video. They talked about working on the balance between DPS versus buff for evokers, because they're still undergoing tuning on the PTR, which is why this is definitely a July release. So hopefully they can get some of that sorted. And there was something mentioned about Evan Might prefers prescient targets here. Here's some of it so y'all can see some of the stuff here. More class work is being done. Itemization fixes are in the works. And that's down here. Talk about personal damage, competition with devastation. There is a lot of good stuff. So if you're thinking about augmentation invoker, go watch this. Watch the original Q&A from Preheat. I'll put the links in the information. Right now, there were two interviews about the dungeon and story stuff. One with Lost Codex, and one with For Azeroth, and they had the two of the same people on, Morgan Day and Stephen Cavallaro. I think that may be how it's said. I could be wrong. Alright, and some of my takeaways, now I'll have this up here, so this is the Lost Codex interview. Some of my takeaways from here is Dragonflight has two main stories going on. They mentioned the Incarnates and the Chromium Murazon stuff, which is very interesting that the Murazon stuff is a main story. So they said that is over for now. So are they talking about in a future patch, or are they just leaving it open-ended so they can bring it back in the future? That's a big question. Season 3 M+, the dungeon will be Season 3 M+, so we know 2 dungeons are going to be it. The split versions of the new Mega Dungeon. 10.1.7 is going to bring the heroic versions of the dungeon. The end of the dungeon is the Murazon story is done for now. That's what I had there. Eridicron has a Neltharion-made evil dragon soul. Essentially, that's what's talked about in here. Right down here. It has properties similar to the dragon soul. It was forged by Neltharion, so he must have stole it either from Aberrus or from the one area. Or maybe that's the thing he already had, and he was like, ooh. Now, there was this For Azeroth interview, and we learned some more stuff here, and I'm going to go over some of the stuff I pulled from here. So, there is no hard mode. I was wrong. This is the first Mega Dungeon without a hard mode, and they're tuning it as such. So, it's going to be tuned slightly harder. It's essentially always hard mode. Which is interesting. I'm excited. There are going to be more quests that appear after the launch, so more time-gated, mysterious quests coming along, which I don't mind. And then the gear, apparently, they talked about is going to be 437 to 444, so it's going to be Interesting. So they're probably gonna have the 2 dungeons award different stuff. Would that be in 2 different rewards track? Is one of these gonna be heroic track and the later stuff gonna be the mythic track? And if this is convertible gear, that would be really sweet. That would be really sweet. If this is convertible gear. But yeah, I will be linking both of these. This one went over a lot more about how stuff feels and how they feel about this stuff. So if you want to get more details about that and like philosophical stuff, they get into the details here. If you want to get into that, like they talk about attunement quests and how they felt about that, and then the tent for the mega dungeon is they just want to get people in. Like I said, it gets into a lot more about the reasons behind the stuff rather than more information. This one got us a lot more information about the mega dungeon, and then this one was about augmentation, evoker, which I'm all excited for. I'm glad we got more information on the mega dungeon. I will definitely have to play through it once. Maybe I'll get one of those mounts and see what I get. It'll be very interesting. Anyways, I'm excited for this patch. I cannot wait. Other people have been saying it, and I've been saying it for a while, but I'm definitely thinking mid-July. Someone was posting July 11th. I've been thinking about it being July 11th for a while. It could either be July 11th, July 4th, or July 18th, I guess. Right? So 11, 18, or 4th, and like of course this event ends there, so that seems to be a good date. And it's right after the Dark Moon Fair. But yeah, I'm excited for the new patch. That was a recap on the Q&As, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye bye.